Simon Peter saith unto them, I go a-fishing. They say unto him, we also go with thee. They had took their eye off of Christ and started following Peter. Now God told them, your fishing days are over. God had already told them, follow me and I'm going to make you a fisher of men. But because they didn't see him right in front of them, they decided to start doing what they wanted to do. And after you have had Christ, and after Christ has given you a plan for your life, you can't find success anywhere else. You know what you find yourself doing? Hopping around. Nothing fulfills you except what Christ calls you to do. And this is what happens. Notice what happens. The Bible says, Simon Peter said unto them, I go a-fishing. They say unto him, we also go with thee. They went forth and entered to a ship immediately, and that night they caught what? Nothing. Great fishermen, and they caught nothing. But when the morning was now come, Jesus stood on the shore, but the disciples did what? Knew not that what? It was Jesus. They had took their mind off of what they were called to do, started reverting back to the old life, and now Jesus is standing there, and they don't know him anymore. Then Jesus saith unto them, children, have ye any what? Meat? And they answered him what? No. Why? Why are you empty? Because you have left your source. You have walked away from the one who provides all your needs. What are you out there fishing for? Did they need a whole net of fish? Jesus showed them at that time where they went wrong. He said, listen, cast your net on the right side. Do you think they had fished all night long and they had not had their net on that side before? This is a critical conversation. Cast your net on the right side. And they thought about it, but then they did it. Now, the Bible says Peter was naked, another sign, and he girded himself. But when he came to shore, what happened? Notice what it says. Notice what happens here. And we're not at the most critical point in this, but notice what it says. And then Jesus said, have ye any meat? They answered, no, we're empty. And he said unto them, cast the net on the right side of the ship, and ye shall find. They cast therefore, and now they were not able to draw it for the multitudes. Therefore the disciple whom Jesus loved saith unto Peter, it is the Lord. Now when Simon Peter heard that it was the Lord, he girt his fisher's coat unto him, for he was naked, and did cast himself into the sea. And the other disciples came in a little ship, for they were not far from land, but as it were 200 cubits, dragging the net with fishes. And as soon then as they were come to land, they saw a fire of coals there, and what? Fish what? In other words, he didn't need anything from them, and they didn't need anything out the water. Jesus said, I'm your supplier. Jesus wasn't out fishing. What are you doing out there? Why are you working somewhere that God hasn't called you to work? Why are you going somewhere that God... It was a critical conversation here. And then they dined with Jesus. And during that dining, to eat with Jesus is a prophetic symbol of us having critical moments with God in devotion every single day. Recognizing that if I miss my meal with Christ, it doesn't matter how many fish you catch or what type of meal you can provide, but sitting at the fire, remember, the priests keep the fire going. Sitting at the fire and eating with Jesus, dining with him, eating what he needs you to have for that day. Your nutritional value may be complete when it comes to human standpoint, but spiritually, if it's lacking, guess what? You're naked and you're dying. For the majority of us in this room, he's not telling us anything new. He's just showing us how we have not been listening.